Hobbs and Shaw was directed by David Leitch, and it stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham, Vanessa Kirby, and the great Idris Elba. So I am very surprised that this is actually the first time on this channel that I have actually talked about the Fast and the Furious franchise. This is a franchise that I have actually grown to love. You know, it starts as a Point Break ripoff, and then it turns into this over-the-top heist film, and then it goes completely ludicrous as the series goes on, to the point where these characters are legitimate superheroes. But the good ones, as ridiculous as they are, have so much energy, so much nos in their tank, that they fuel me throughout their runtime, and I legitimately love certain Fast and the Furious films in this franchise. The Fate of the Furious definitely left me very cold, and I thought that there was no more nos in this tank. But a Hobbs and Shaw film could refuel their engines, so to speak. They are some of the best casting that the Fast and the Furious franchise has done. And I feel like this film in particular does even better with its casting and introduces us to actors like Vanessa Kirby and Idris Elba. And look, I'm going to give it to you straight, people. This movie is ridiculous. And if you saw this trailer, you know that straight off the top. If you were turned off in the trailer where you saw Idris Elba's character literally go underneath a bus with his motorcycle and then pop right back up, listen, then you will be screaming at the screen during this movie, because that is the action in this movie. It's ridiculous. But it establishes it from the very beginning action scene, and it very much carries it throughout its runtime. This movie is unapologetically ridiculous, but it has a whole lot of fun with its ridiculousness, and it is consistent. You know, it's consistently ridiculous, but it is consistent. And I feel like that is something that is very important. This isn't a movie that starts out with a self-serious character, and towards the end he pulls off some ridiculous moves that makes the movie feel like it lost its seriousness and now is in cartoon land. No, this movie starts off in cartoon land, and it just continues the journey throughout its entire runtime into Looney Tunes territory. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham are excellent together. We knew that from Fate of the Furious. They were the best part of that film, and it totally just comes through here and actually amps it up. The best scenes in this movie have absolutely nothing to do with the action and everything to do with the on-screen chemistry between Jason Statham, The Rock, and I will actually add Vanessa Kirby in there as well, just because she is great in this movie, and she totally can hold her own because she is a badass. All three of these people just play off of each other and banter off of each other so great. You would think that they have worked together for years, and this had to be something that they worked on. We all knew that The Rock has some great one-liners and insults in his back pocket. You know, I watched wrestling back in the day, and he was a big player in that, and that is what he did. But I didn't really know if Jason Statham could hold his own with that banter, and he totally does, and Vanessa Kirby does. These three when they are together in a scene, are better than any action scene in this movie. They really work well together. Idris Elba is also excellent in this movie. I feel like in quite a few movies that I have seen Idris Elba in, he is just a real stuffy character. You know, he has a lot of self-importance about him, and he's just way too serious. I want to see the guy have some more fun, and they definitely give him a fun part here. You know, he plays this guy that is literally given a exoskeleton kind of like up his spine that makes him like half man, half bionic, like a superior being. And he believes that everybody should now be part cyborg. And that is what he is out to do in this movie. Yes, it is ludicrous. But, like, literally, the way that he is so self-confident in his mission and how much of a badass he is, it's really fun. And I can't knock the movie for this ridiculous premise because of the fact that they just go all in with it. And they don't ever take it serious. It's not like it's meant to be taken seriously. It's just meant for just, effect. And it's part of the movie's swagger. And this movie has a lot of style and a lot of swagger that, again, I'm going to say, Fate of the Furious kind of lacked, in my opinion. The action scenes here are pretty damn good. I am going to say that I was never exhilarated in this movie like I had been in the best Fast and the Furious films, but I would say that it gets me 75% of the way there, which is good enough for me. The action here is really kinetic and great. David Leitch has a eye for action, and he's really, really good at that. What he's not good at, unfortunately, is a lot of tension. I feel like I saw a lot of things coming in this movie before they actually did, and I just felt like there is an aspect to this movie that is just kind of on the rails. And for that, I never was really, white-knuckling it, like grabbing the seat. I am having so much fun with this action. I just felt like it was very good action. There are certain sci-fi elements in this film that come across really ridiculous and cheesy. Like Idris Elba's character now has this motorcycle that can literally, like, just through his thoughts can, like, come right to him. He doesn't even have to control it. It just, like, knows what he wants it to do, and that is just all kinds of silliness. One thing that I have learned about David Leitch, though, is he does not know when to end a movie. And with his films, not so much with Deadpool 2, but specifically Atomic Blonde and Hobbs and Shaw, they have this tacked on ending that literally feels like it shouldn't even be there. And I know that this particular ending, it means a lot to Dwayne Johnson. He really fought for it to be here, but I just felt like if this was going to be the ending, then the scenes before it kind of led you to believe that it was going to be over. And then this tacked on end kind of just came about. It means something for the characters, but unfortunately, I was kind of spent by that portion of the film, and that is unfortunate, and that is the biggest problem with Hobbs and Shaw. But with that being said, Hobbs and Shaw is a great time. It is the kind of popcorn flick that you want to go to the movies and see. It's fun. It's easy. It's breezy. It has good action. It has good acting. And it's just generally a good time at the movies. I'm actually going to give Hobbs and Shaw a 7 out of 10. So, coming up next on the channel, I have to review a whole lot of Marvel because Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, along with the first 2 Thor films, are coming out on August 13th, along with Avengers Endgame. So I'm going to be in Marvel Land for quite some time, because for Marvel and DC, I separate the movie reviews from the 4K Blu-ray reviews. And I'll be continuing to do that. So coming up next, I'm going to be filming it right after this. The original Iron Man, the one that started it all. If you are excited about that, or comment down below, let me know what you actually thought of Hobbs and Shaw, or which disc you are the most excited about out of all the Marvel films that are going to be coming out on August 13th. There are going to be a lot of them. So, I thank all of you for watching. I don't need to say it. I thank all of you for watching. You guys are awesome. I don't even need to say it because you know it. And I will see all of you next time.